Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. Now a flip to the kicker. It's a fake. And this is going to come close to pulling pennies. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't. They come away with nothing on the extra point.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. Out to kick this one off. This is short kick, returnable from the 13. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. On first down, here's Nix to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. From the 43, here's second and a yard. Play action now. It's Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact. And really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and the quarterback gives you another shot.
13 yards on the pickup for number 19. And it's a first down. 19 yards.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation. And that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it'll be second down.
While they didn't connect for the touchdown, what I really liked, Mike, was that he kept his eyes downfield as he left the pocket. Once he saw something that he did like, he ripped it without hesitation. They just got to find a way to get on the same page in these scramble drill moments.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Montez Sweat in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's third down. Looking out of the gun. It's Nix. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now. Like, he just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Here's Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And brought in. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. So a big one there to start the drive. That goes for 58.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
On first and 10, it's Williams. And that is caught. He fought through the contact for the touchdown. There is a marker down, but that may be on the defense. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face first and goal. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. To the end zone, and is batted away. It is incomplete.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
Swift will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack. And that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Santos throw it on the extra point. The Bears extend their advantage to 13-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 25-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. That'll be found away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down. Throw it. Nix. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up fourth down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over.
And now, when you look at this, it's a fake. And he's not going to get there. Big roll of the dice. Trying the fake. And he stopped short of first down. And it's a turnover on down. Off play action. Here's Williams. Here's down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Holston Loveland was the intended receiver.
Second down and 10.
And it'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that ball out of reach. Toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
Brings up third
Can't
down
afford
and
another
10.
incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game. Like, it just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, we're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And that one just short of the crossbar. Couldn't quite get there. It's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Now for the 3rd time in the 1st quarter, he's been intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for that.
And that ball led him too far, too long.
And as the game goes on, these are the throws they got to find a way to connect with those chunk plays. I like the idea of pushing it downfield. The next time they get an opportunity, they've got to find a way to connect.
What is up? Throwing on second down. Williams. He's going to try it here again. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. Third down. And it's going to be third down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Down the field, but it falls incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Nick snap on first and 10. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Bears take over.
This is really becoming a key element to playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike. The ability to play off script and use your legs to extend the play. I think in this case, he either needs to tuck that ball down and become a runner, or he just simply needs to throw that ball away.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Sack Allen in there for the sack. Loss of 10 yards to start this drive. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Bears off to the early lead. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter. And they are facing a second and long. Ready to look. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. So that pass interference in the end zone puts the pressure on the defense. It is first and goal from the 1. Now Williams. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked up by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as it'll come out to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
A first down throw for Nix. On the move left. He's going to work out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate into the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Second down. Nix. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
This offense just can't seem to get anything going in this opening half, Mike, and we're still looking for their first points of the game, and it's really these missed opportunities that are a big part of the reason they're really struggling here.
Tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete. Evan Mike, for second guessing. The defense wasn't fooled one bit by that fake. And the offense has turned it over on downs. Here's Williams now to throw. Broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Coverage excellent there. It'll bring up second and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Give up the middle with Swift. And he finds a seam and takes it down to the 3.
A gain of 7 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. Throwing is Williams. It is put in the end zone. Roll for Tuesday. Touchdown, Bears. And space is down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Makes the score Bears 20, Broncos nothing.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Marvin Mills. He'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Nix out of throw here on 1st down.
Nix's pass. Into Troy Franklin. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. No throw. It's Nix. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Get him comfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
3 yards to go.
Now Nix going to look to throw. He does. Touchdown. Hits Ingram. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and the 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Flush to his right, and he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit loud. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the 1st half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Suddenly intended receiver, and now it's 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. By DeAndre Swift. There's no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Pick up a 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
What is up?
They will run it over center with Swift. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
A loss of 2 yards.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Soldier Field following this. Third down and 9.
What is up?
Williams. That one too far in front. It is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Here's Torrey Taylor now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And this one's going to be down inside the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
To throw is next. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow, so that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it, but in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Oh, for the fifth time, he is intercepted. And without this, he's going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
What is up?
To throw is Williams. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Take it back to the other side of midfield.
Tackle made back at his
That's Brandon Jones from his safety spot, bursting in to record the sack.
Let's give credit where credit's due. Defensively, finding yourself down by this much at this stage of the game, they could just pack it in. They could say, all right, this one's over. We're moving on to next week. They're continuing to play hard. They're continuing to get after the quarterback. And they start to this drive. Really nice job there of not only tracking the ball, but then putting yourself in position to make the play. And that's step 1. I promise you step 2 on that sideline. His secondary coach is saying, hey, next time you can get your hand on the ball, let's try to come away with that takeaway.
3rd and long. Here's Williams. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It really stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He will air this out, looking for something. Jalen Johnson had the good coverage and is able to knock incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down. Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now.
For the Broncos.
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And that is not going to be nearly enough. Talk about a decision right for second guessing. The defense wasn't fooled one bit by that fake. And the offense has turned it over on downs.
What is up?
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be second down now.
At the 21-yard line.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. It's probably a touchdown.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
Brings up third down.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
He'll let this go towards the end zone. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out. Not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming up.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Bears will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Cairo Santos following the made field goal. Back out to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss. We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. On the return, here's Mims. Get across the 20 and mark them at the 22-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
By action now, it's next. Forced to his right. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn it into a runner. With a slow reaction, he was able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
From 29, here's second and a couple. On the bootleg, it's next. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Tremaine Edmonds in throw is mixed. This one just too far for the receivers. And that one falls incomplete.
And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
Y'all gotta call my attention. Y'all can't talk about basic. You ain't no power.
The Broncos bringing out their punch.
For the Broncos.
And now, will you look at this? It's a fake. And trying to let the up man run with it, but he gets buried behind the line. And they turn it over on down.
Sure, the coach wishes he could have just called a timeout because from the moment they lined up in that punt formation, the defense was expecting fake. There was nowhere to go. That play was dead from the jump, and that's a big turn of events here in this one. Let's call it for what it is, Mike. I mean, right now, this team is winning in spite of him. Certainly not because of him. And what's really concerning is that's the most important position on the team. And if they are able to hold on and they do pull this game out, it could wind up being one of the most poor performances we've ever seen in a winning effort. I can recall in a long time. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
So, after two straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. On the option, it's Swift.
DeAndre Swift, ball carrier. The stop by DJ Jones. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal.
For the Bears field goal.
This will be a 38-yard attempt. Santos' kick is good. And the Bears will extend their third-quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you had things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Cairo Santos following the made field goal. Back out to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Hicks. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some hit.
And more of the same. Another interception. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Ready, set.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
A play fake. Now Williams. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back.
Fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down. That's exactly the case here. Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly, realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket, decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
Here's 3rd and 2. Throw it. Mix. Exit it. And he's going to come down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Duvernay to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
What is on?
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. The pressure gets there. Down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's going to be driving after a pickup of about 5.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. This is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And that will hit and go out of bounds just on the other side of midfield.
At their own 47-yard line.
We'll go play action with Hicks. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
On 2nd down, it's Hicks. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
It's really a disappointing performance. I'm a little surprised, Mike, that he continues to put the ball in danger this often. I mean, to make a couple mistakes early on, that happens, but at some point you got to make a correction, and until he does, this defense just continues to make him pay.
Off play action. Here's Williams. The ball deflected at least a couple of times. And it will fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Alanoa Hufanga had the coverage from the safety position and comes away with the breakup. 2nd and 10.
What is up?
To throw, it's Williams. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Oh, Odunze. Touchdown, Bears. That is 2nd touchdown tonight.
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense, and then what can you say about that ball? I mean, you can't put that ball in a better spot. With timing and accuracy like that, Leads to 6.
Broncos, nothing. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Mims. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing is Nix. Balanced throw. It's complete. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Gain of 19 yards.
19 yards. Right away to kick off this drive.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 35, it's first and 10. Here's Nix to throw. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Tyler Gordon.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
What is up?
They'll go play action here with Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
While it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point, they finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit. Throw it here on first down. Oh, falling away. What a throw. He drops it in there. They get 18 on the pitching catch. Good for a Denver first down.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here as they get it at their own 4.
Intercepted. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
What is up?
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And the pressure's too great. He's sacked in the end zone. That's a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in a safety.
First down. A gain of 14. And the Broncos first down.
Nick Snack on 1st and 10. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
What is it on?
Now, faking the give. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. That's to the end zone. But it's incomplete. What a job in coverage. Muscling that one free. It'll be 2nd down now.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. A ball deep for the end zone. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
And with nothing open, he might have been better off just trying to see if he can make something happen with his legs. But the way this defense is flying around, I'm not sure there was a play to be made either way.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
50-yard attempt.
This one not on target. It is short. It is right. It is no good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
What is that?
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
In this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz scheme, stunts, whatever you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
Throwing on 2nd down. Williams. And that ball out of reach. Toward the sideline. It'll be an incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple of plays. 1st down sack. 2nd down big play attempt falls incomplete. Now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
3rd and long. Here's Williams. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Oh, they had a shot there, hit the 5, but it continues into the end zone. Come back out to the 20. On first down, here's Nix to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the kick.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Brady Jarrett, he gets in there and drops him for a big loss. And now it's third and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He finds Mims. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line. And how about that? Third and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down. To throw is Nix. He will air this out. Looking for Sutton. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. A big-time play for the Broncos. First 33 yards.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Denver.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
They'll throw. It's Nix. One broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary has been in the strike zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal.
A 52-yard attempt.
And that one not going to get there. And it's wide to the left as well. It's no good. Everything's going wrong. Unable to cut into this big deficit. It's the man from Rutgers, Kyle Monunga. And he'll be snapped up at the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain. And he's gonna set up his guys with great field position. A huge gain to cut into the deficit.
Even though that interception, it probably won't have much of an impact on the outcome of the game, but at least defensively it gives them something positive to build off of, because up until that point, this game's been a struggle.
A first down throw for Nix. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there. Defensively all over it. And it'll be 2nd down.
they have this big lead. They're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
He will air this out. Looking for Sutton. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looks like he might have gotten there early. Next, from the gun, on third down. That is incomplete. Here we go. Here that's what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and collected.
Now, how about this? It's a fake. And he's not going to get there. Big roll of the dice, trying to fake, but he stops short of first down, and it's a turnover on down.
I think it's safe to say that is not how they drew it up. I don't think that's how they envisioned that one going. I don't mind the aggressive play call, but if you're going to fake it, you better execute it a lot better than that.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Dre Greenlaw.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
He connects with Mims. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Broncos.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go. One final play. That is caught. And will be brought down there. That'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter.
That's another Broncos first down.
So this one in the win column for the Bears. And they do it in blowout fashion. We thought this might be a competitive battle. It was anything but. Points came early, and often they cruised to an easy victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico.